See, when people set out goals, when people set out things that they want to do, things that they want to achieve, saying it is always the most easy thing to do because you're just creating words with your mouth. But are you actually making statements with what you're saying? People can easily just throw out all of these words that have no value, that have no meaning. But if you want to be a person of quality, every time you say something, it has value, it holds weight. Alex Hormozi said it the best for me. Your goals do not make you unique. The things that you want to achieve does not make you different than everybody else. What sets you apart is the work that you're willing to do to achieve what you set out for. People don't know how to sacrifice being comfortable. People cannot experience discomfort for longer than 24 hours. People cannot handle consistency when it comes to doing something that they don't want to do, but you have to do it. Like I said in my previous video about discipline, when you get that motivation, when you get that burst of life, when that flame is ignited inside of you that makes you want to go after something, makes you want to chase after something, taste that victory, taste that success, it's going to give you that burst, but it will not give you that endurance to keep going through. It will not give you that endurance to keep getting up on the days you don't want to get up, to make you keep doing things that are uncomfortable with you. It's just me and you right now. I want you to actually tell me what happened. You had goals that you wanted to achieve. If you came short, why? I want to really dig deep. Was it a factor that was outside of your control, or was it the discipline that you had in yourself? Was it the decision making that you were making that made you come up short? People think that goals are unattainable. People think that some goals are just impossible to achieve, but it's been done before. It has been done before. There's a small percentage, but as long as there's a percentage that's higher than zero, that means it's possible. Let me ask you guys another question. How many of you guys really have a schedule? A schedule planned out for the week? How many of you guys even plan your day ahead? And I'm talking about 8:30 to 9 o'clock to 11. How many of you guys actually have a planned box time that you're putting your effort and your energy into? A lot of people have a lot of goals, but they don't have ways to achieve them. When you write out what you're trying to achieve, you have to then give yourself an outline. Give yourself the guidelines to what you have to do. What work do you have to put in? What areas do you have to improve on? What skills do you need to add to your arsenal? I'm tired of hearing excuses of I can't do this, I can't do that. Everything that you want in this life, you can get it. And I'm about to give you guys the secret right now, so listen up. For everything you want in this life, every action has a consequence. So you have to be learning. You have to be willing to make a sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up something at your current level that gives you comfort in order for you to get to the next stage. That was a quote that I saw. I can't remember who said it, but that quote really hit deep for me. Something that you're doing right now is holding you back. Something that you're doing right now, I guarantee, is unproductive. I guarantee something that you're doing right now is not going to compound in the future and pay you back. I guarantee you're investing something right now with your time. You're investing something so heavily with your time right now, and you know it's not going to pay you back. And yet you're just giving it so much of your time, so much of your energy, so much of your efforts, so much of the efficiency that you can put into other factors of your life. And it's sad. I like to find ways to capitalize off the things that I do. If I'm putting my time into something, it's because I know that it's going to, in some way, somehow, help me in the long run. You gotta know what the goal is, but you gotta be smart enough to know the work that you're gonna have to put into it. People do not like to make the hard choices. That's why they're always finding the easy routes. They're always finding the easy bailouts. I know some people try to justify their reasoning with Bible quote, they say that, you know, your mind shouldn't be in a place of suffering. Your mind shouldn't be in a place in which you're constantly under pain. But doesn't suffering make the reward much more worth it? I mean, think about it. If you didn't have to give anything up and you just got everything that you want in life, then it would be pretty pointless, wouldn't it? Think about it. If you could get $1 million right now, I guarantee those $100 pair of shoes that you were looking at, they're worthless because you didn't have to work for it. So that value that you would have had for it, if you would have worked for it and got it, like, let's say your first paycheck, let's say you were just scrapping by to get those dollars, compared to if it was just handed to you, it ruins all the value. I'm trying to tell you guys that you should want to enjoy taking the hard road every time. It's just not only just a much better story, but it just really brings out the true characteristics inside of you that will make you be the absolute best version of yourself. You know how iconic that LeBron James photo is of when he just had his glasses on, he had the Beats on, and they were like, no team, and they had the graphic, the title card was like, no team has ever come back down from 3-1. And then we saw what happened.
Picked off by Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block! James out of nowhere, skies to the rim.
We saw what happened. They really came back down 3-1 to a 73-9 team. Like, you see how nobody talks about how LeBron James won his championship in LA? They call it the Mickey Mouse ring because it was too easy. Because people love to try to discredit your hard work. They gonna try. And that's why when you do something that is so impossible, when you do a task that is just so, that you just know that other people cannot do, they have to give you nothing but respect. And let me tell you something too, there is a price when it comes to having a lot of respect. You're gonna have a lot of people hate you too. Because it's just, when people see somebody else that's doing everything that they want to do for themselves, somebody who's waking up early, somebody who's taking good care of themselves, you know, washing up, grooming themselves, somebody who just sits at home and eats potato chips all day, they can't make that changes for themselves, so they just have to somehow just say some emotional poison to you. They want to damage you. They want to bring you down to their level. But the thing is that LeBron James, he doesn't get those championships without making sacrifices. The way that you handle your life, your relationships, everything in life is connected. You don't even have control over your own social life. You don't even have control over the things that you want to have control over. And yet you think that those hours are not going to add up. How many times has James Harden, and I'm a fan, trust me, I'm a big fan. How many times has James Harden had nights where he's just went 1 from 17 from 3, just had a terrible shooting performance? And it's days like that where it's like, you wouldn't have those nights, I guarantee, if you were just always getting your shots up. The most successful people in the NBA are always the guys that have a family early on, because they have they have that wife, they have that person to just keep them down, to just say, just focus on your craft, focus on the things that matter, versus you're living a drama lifestyle. People take the word sacrifice too lightly, because sacrifice can do a whole lot for you. Sacrificing can open doors for you that you never would have thought would open up, because the universe is very giving, and logic is also very understanding. If you are putting in the work, if you are giving up something and you are putting in effort towards something else, you will attract what you're working towards. There are talkers and there are doers. I used to be a big talker. I would make a lot of claims that I would not have enough energy points to invest my time into. And it's not even that I invested my time into, I just didn't even invest. I didn't make that investment in the first place. So I was just making claims that I never was doing the work to actually make happen. Now, I won't say my goals. I'll just do the work, I'll just do the action. And whatever happens, happens. I'm going to do my absolute best. And when you do your absolute best, you don't have to worry about if you feel like you're missing out on something. You don't have to worry about if you're competing against somebody. You don't have to worry about if you're winning or losing. When you're doing your best, you're going to be making improvements. That's something that I really had to learn too mentally, because when you are losing, listen to me when I say this, this might go over your head. Making an effort to lose is better than not even attempting at all. Because when you're actually trying to go for something and you failed, you did something that 99% of people won't do, and that's try. You actually tried to do something that was out of your comfort zone. And obviously, because it's out of your comfort zone, don't give yourself high expectations. Don't give yourself high, results that you want to achieve. Just work. Just work and work and work and work and work. And you will see it slowly. You might just look back and you'll be like, wow, you're amazed. If there was a way that you could just spend like 60 minutes in the life that you want after you made all those sacrifices, I guarantee you would come back to reality and you would make those sacrifices. People are scared to make sacrifices now because they don't know if the sacrifice will truly pay off for them in the end. Well, listen up. It's up to you to make your sacrifice count. If you're gonna give up something that, brought you great enjoyment, but was not helping you improve, it might suck to lose it at that time. But when the thing that you were working on starts to compound slowly, when you start to hit these milestones that you didn't even think that you could have got to when you first started, you're gonna realize you should have started a long time ago. You should have made that sacrifice sooner. Take away something from your current level that's giving you comfort if you want to go to the next level. And if you want to go to the next level after that, it's the same thing. It's the same formula. I guarantee you there's something that you're doing right now that is not going to reward you in the future. I know you're trying to enjoy your youth or just enjoy the present moment, but you can still do that while working towards your goals. Now, I'm enjoying the present moment. I'm enjoying making this video. I'm gonna enjoy the process of editing it. I'm gonna enjoy the process of adding clips. You see, I'm still enjoying the present moment, and I know that it's still gonna help in the future. I tell people too, there's nothing wrong with playing video games. There's not. Disney XD, they have like a whole section now, a part of their channel, where they actually add a video game show. I don't even know what it's called. I just remember seeing it one time. Gaming is huge now. It's bigger than it's ever been. You have literally the NBA 2K League. You can be literally a professional 2K player. Don't just go along with the flow. You can do what you want to do. You're just gonna have to do it a little bit different than the way that you have been doing it. Get rid of being comfortable in your mind. Don't try to look for comfort. I love the way that David Goggins said it. Build calluses in your mind. The things that you don't want to do, you still do it anyways. Make your mind stronger, make your mind tougher. Change the habits that you have. Everything starts from here. Everything starts from here. Everything starts with you. Like I said, once you start changing the way that you are internally, the external will follow. Your group of friends are gonna change. The settings and the environments that you're in are going to change. But you're gonna see that slowly but surely, you're getting closer and closer to that vision that you envisioned for yourself. Every human has that gut feeling. Every human has that intuition that if they listen to it, they will live a very happy life. But it's because they reject that voice in their head that tells them what they have to do, that they end up, like I said, coming up short. You know deep down, I know you know deep down, you know what you want to do. And if you would just take a little bit of time to research it, you would know the steps that you would have to take to get there. Let's just be honest. We know that the thing that's holding you back right now is, are you willing to do those things? But I just find it funny that somebody will really sit there and just suffer in a college dorm room for a field that they don't even like because their parents said so. But they won't try to suffer and learn the skill traits that they would need to satisfy their passion, so that way they can actually reap in the rewards from what they like. Because of what? Because you're scared? You're literally, so many people suffer for somebody else. If you're gonna suffer for yourself. Suffer because you want to get the rewards of what you were suffering for. You are the one that's suffering, so you should feel the happiest with the reward. Why are you suffering so that way somebody else can feel proud of you? Why are you suffering so that way somebody else can feel more excitement for you? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That makes zero sense to me. It makes zero sense to me. Why are you busting your ass every day trying to do things to make somebody else proud of you? Why are you chasing that validation from somebody else? All the validation that you need is inside of you. You just have to learn to accept yourself. It's ironic. Everybody says they want to stand out. Everybody says they want to be different. But yet nobody actually wants to feel that pain of being lonely. Nobody wants to feel that pain of being an outsider. People say the quote all the time. All successful people say it. It's lonely being at the top. And you know why? Because not a lot of people can handle what it takes being at the top. But I know you. You're different. I feel it. You're different. You can get to the top. I know you can. It's not about me. It's not about your parents. It's not even about your friends. It's about what are you willing to sacrifice to get there. At the end of the day, I ain't a preacher. I'm just a guy talking.